Jason joining us this morning from Maiduguri. Now, if you take your minds back, September 18, 2024 had a flood hitting Maiduguri, which is the capital of Borno. A lot of things were lost in the process of that. OCHA has reported about 400,000 displaced persons, about 58 injured, and a couple of deaths, about 30 plus deaths were registered as a result of the Alao Dam that busted on the 10th of September, and then heavy floods followed. As a result of that, we saw the United Nations, several private entities, churches and the likes try to get to the rescue of the people in Maiduguri after several weeks of the flood and it's rescinding. What is the state of affairs in Maiduguri? That's why we have Panam Morrison, who corresponded for us during that period, on live with us this morning. Good morning, Panam. Good to have you on the show this morning.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
Okay. How is Maiduguri this morning?
Maiduguri is fine. Very, very fine today.
All right. So as a quick follow-up, flooding, has it rescinded in most places? What is life now looking like for an average person in the city?
Yeah, actually, for now, the flood is a past story. The water has drowned in most places, and people have gone back to their own homes. And the government has started going to communities, reaching out to people in communities. They have gone to several communities and they are still on it. They are not yet done. The governor has set up a committee to reach out to people in different communities, and that has actually been going on. So people have started really feeling the impact of the relief materials and the support that has come into the state. So as of today, as of now, people are going back to their normal lives. People are going back to their normal businesses, and people are trying to get themselves back to normal level.
The persons that were injured and all of that, how are they faring? And also business. Let's talk about the economic activity of the city. Has it, is it gaining life again? And was Maiduguri also hit by the northern blackout where, power was taken out from several northern states?
Yeah, exactly. Maiduguri is also affected by the northern blackout. We also felt that there was no light for several days. And right now, the one of the effects of the flood that is actually affecting the residents of Maiduguri is lack of water. Since the flood, the water, no water in the city, because most of the pipes have been affected by the flood. So I think now we're clocking almost 1 month plus. There's no water, and most people use mother carts. So there's no water right now. People used to really suffer to get water, and when the northern blackout came in, it added up to that struggle, because the only source of water is people who have drilled borehole in their homes that used to use the lights to pump the water and help the neighbors. So when the lights went off, and with the effect of the floods that damages the pipes of the water cart, it became so hard for people to survive. Actually, right now, the major issue in different communities in Maiduguri is how to get water. Right up to this moment, the water boards are giving us information that the pipes have been damaged and they are yet to be put in place. And in markets, like economically, there's actually a very, very difficult situation for the average person, because the flood has caused increase of food. For example, before we are buying a single pack of spaghetti, macaroni, at the cost of 700, 800, but right now it's 1,200 naira. Just one pack. One pack is 1,200 naira. When you find yourself in a situation whereby one bottle of oil that was before 800 naira is now about 1,300, 1,400. So actually the increase in food items has now make it so much difficult for average persons to to be able to provide homes, for his family. So there's actually that is actually the challenge economically.
Okay, so I'm going to come from the government point of view. We've seen a lot of donations being made to Maiduguri, 250 million, 100 million, and lots of other donations that have been made to the government. And one would expect that very critical commodities such as water would be a point of priority. Now, the water board works for the government, I like to believe. What is the government of Maiduguri saying? How long have they said it would take for them to fix the water? And then what, immediate relief measures are they taking to ensure that water is made available to the residents of Maiduguri?
Actually, for now, we don't have any information regarding that. The only thing is, like I said, water has become a major issue for people. So we have not had any briefing or any messaging from the government. The water board's message received from the water board is that they are working. They are working. We should be patient. Very soon, everybody is going to have water. But that has been the story for more than 1 month now. But we have not received any information from the commissioner or from the government concerning when the water is going to be fully restored. So but right now, people, like I told you, are just surviving from those who have drill boreholes in their own homes. Maybe some also get water from organizations that have drill boreholes. So apart from that, for now, water is a very big challenge. Even in areas where you can get the people that will even sell one trip for you, somebody will tell you it's 3,000, it's 2,000 naira. So actually, that's the challenge. But for now, there's no official message on regarding when the water will be fully restored.
Okay, so have all of the IDP camps been closed down? Has everybody evacuated the IDP camps? Because I remember that even in the middle of the, during the heat of the flood issue in Maiduguri, the governor of the state had asked that people return to their homes. At the time, the water had not even finished receding. So have everyone left every IDP camp and returned home? And on the heel of that particular flood, one of the things that we also have widely reported is that, of course, there was an outbreak of cholera. I mean, water is also currently a major problem. How is the state of things with regards to health, cholera, and that particular lady that we reported who had a snake bite? How is she doing?
Yeah, actually, there's a report of cholera outbreak, and the Commissioner of Health have also responded to that. They are working on that. They have gotten the statistic of number of people that are affected by the cholera, and then the government have actually set up a team to handle that, and I believe they have reached out to the people. But as in the case of the IDP camps, all the IDP camps are now closed down. Everybody is back to his own community. The governor has set up a committee that, in conjunction with Northeast Development Commission, they are going community by community, giving food items, relief materials, and also medical support. So, and as of that lady, she's doing very fine now. She's actually very, very fine now. She's a mother, not even a lady, and she's working as a teacher in one of the schools in Maiduguri. We're even planning to pay her a visit soon, to ask her, to have a feedback of how far, how is she feeling, and when she got back to the home, since the last time she had a bite from the snake. So how did she manage to get back again? What are the things she was able to do? But for now, actually, this is the only information I have on ground. So right now, the distribution is still ongoing. It's still ongoing, but to my knowledge, about 10 communities have already received theirs. The government committee, in conjunction with the Northeast Development Commission, they are actually doing their best in extending the relief materials right now.
Do you think that it's widespread enough? Do you think a lot of citizens are being covered in the response that the government is doing? Because I mean, to a layman, a lot of donations were made. You know, my colleague this morning tried to reel out some of the numbers that came in, whether they were from private individuals, the United Nations, several organizations. Do you think that, you know, the reach is wide enough? It's going to cover every community that was hit, about 35 thereabout communities that were dislodged and all of that. How is that going to be? And one last question: have the schools reopened?
Yeah, school have reopened. All schools have reopened. Activities have gone back to normalcy. And regarding the distribution of the food and relief materials by the government, for now, like I said, about 10 communities have received their own, but they are not done. So we cannot actually say anything about that. Now we are watching, we are seated, we are watching, and we are gathering our information. By the time they are done, that is the time we're going to make the assessment to know if all the communities have. But even my community, the Jerusalem community, Mulari, Madiganari, you know, Gamboru, you know, and all these places, Maiduguri, to the best of my knowledge, have received some bag of rice, a carton of macaroni, with money, you know, food, relief materials like nets and all of that. So for now, it's still ongoing, and the committee have sent out a message to the citizens that they are going to do justice. They're going to do justice, and they want to make sure that every single person that is affected by the water is being reached out to. And then one of the challenges that I discovered is even the citizens. You know, in some certain communities, we realize that a list of 200 to 300 people will come up and say, okay, we have 300 people that are affected by flood. So by the time assessment is being made, you later go and discover that maybe it's even 150 or it's even 100 or 200 people. So that was why, if you remember what I was saying earlier, if we are going to follow it by who is affected by the flood, you know, you're going to discover, like I said, that we have two types of flood in Maiduguri. There's hunger flood and there's this water flood. So everybody is hungry. Everybody is hungry. So I don't know if they are able to screen out those whose water has been affected by the flood. So what happens to those who are affected by the hunger flood? And you know, this flood it has directly or indirectly affected everybody.
Yeah.
For example, your relatives are being affected by the flood in a particular location. They will pack their things that they can be able to rescue and come to your house. Maybe it's you and your family with 2 children. Now you end up having 7, 10 people in there. So automatically you are also affected by the flood. Because the little food you have now, they have finished it. They have gone back to their communities, and the government have reached out to you. Now, you are left. So automatically you too, you are affected. So actually that is one of the major challenges right now. And your relative, you can't say they should go out. So a lot of people are feeling the effect of hunger in the city of Maiduguri. The hunger is massive. It's absolutely massive. And when you go to the market, you cannot afford to buy anything. You can carry 50,000, 100,000 to the market. You come back with one small leather in your hand. And imagine you have 10 people that are affected by flood. And at the end of the day, the government have asked them to go back without, looking at your own site. You understand? So it's a very big challenge, actually.
Wow,
very, very big.
It's such a, but I'd say it's a conversation of mixed feelings this morning. I like to hear that we're making progress with the afterlife, of the flood emergency in Maiduguri. But I also know that the federal government has said it is ingesting money to make sure that the dam that was affected and several other dams in the country that were affected have been worked on. Are you privy to any information about the activities of reconstruction or maintenance on the Alao Dam?
The last information I had is that the government have sent in people to access the dam and to see how reconstruction will begin. But right from that time, there is no information regarding the dam. We haven't had any briefing from the government, no briefing from any news outlet or regarding the progress of the rebuilding of the dam. As of last time, effort has been made. Committee were sent even by the governor himself to go and access it and see how the dam is going to be reconstructed. But right from that was the only message we had. We have not had any update regarding the reconstruction of the dam.
All right, then. Thank you so much, Pana Morrison. Of course, he's a citizen and resident of Borno State, Maiduguri, who we have been speaking to with regards to the incident that befell the people of Maiduguri in the month of September. Thank you so much for your great work and contribution to assessment of things in Maiduguri. Thank you for your time. And we do hope that the government is able to reach out to everybody and life returns back to 100% normal in Maiduguri. Thank you so much for your time on Rise and Shine this morning.
My pleasure. Thank you.